Hello, everybody. Live streaming. Finally having some time to live stream. I know I have the most random live stream schedules, but this is when I have time. So I literally have had no time. One of my friends have told me that the title of my movie, if I had to have a movie for my life, it would be "It's About Time," which I guess people are surprised at before they actually hang out with me that I have such a tight schedule because they think I'm just like chilling out here. So chilling means I have no like schedule, but because I'm not working, I find like I have a bigger obligation to actually do something with my days and make it productive. So literally, I have something always to do. And that's also why I don't like to commit and make plans anything like more than a week ahead. So, anyways, so that's why I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about and give you guys a little bit of updates. Honestly, not much has changed in the fact that everything is going according to plan. So I'll start out with some great news, and that is that I have made, for the first time since I've come out here to Asia, uh, more than $3,000 in a month, which may not sound like a lot, but it's a lot if you've been in Thailand and you're not, and especially for someone like me, that's not like doing anything other than content creation. So this year ended up really great. Wrapped up with sort of like a highlight of my life. So everything's been working out for me. I'm super happy. I knew I had to put in my time, my dues. So I started out, you guys already know I was making about maybe like $50 ish per video out here, and now I've gone to a point where I could like pull in about $500 to $1,000, and I believe that like this is just scratching the surface. I had some like business networking dinners, and they're like, "You're quoting way too low." So yeah, but I'm just like, beggars can't be choosers. I'll take $1,000 per video. So whatever. I went ahead and invested in a bunch of new gear. So next year I plan on doing more commercial footage. Here it is. I guess I could show off what I got. um Ding. Look at that, guys. I actually got an external monitor. And this lens, it doesn't look like it's much, but it is $1,000 lens. Like, I don't mess with lenses. And yeah, I like basically all the money I get, I always invest back into gear, the channel. So yeah, even the money I make from like my own commercial deals, great. So I think I make more money producing content for other people than for my channel, obviously, because it's just like there's limited skills for like a professional videographer and editor. Although, as many of you guys know, Korea has like an abundant pool of very affordable videographers and such. It's still there's more demand than like per se Thailand, especially foreigners, because we need like basically even if you have the skills, you can't work there. So it's been great this year. Now my main concern going into the new year is how I pay taxes and stuff like this. So that's basically my biggest worry. Um, yeah. So what's gonna happen with Thailand? Well, like I talked about this, and um, why is this? Why is there two of this? This is interesting. Oh, stupid me. Okay, there we go. Um, this is what's happened in Korea as far as the COVID cases. I said, when they start social distancing again, we're gonna see a drop, and sure enough, that's what you see. most of these cases are Omicron. So it could still control Omicron. Obviously, it's still more contagious. Um, I just got my second vaccination. Like, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. My arm, like, it's the same as the first time I got it. For me, I just have like a little sore spot in my arm here. But by the end of the second day, it's sort of gone. It's yeah, and it's sort of going away. It's gotten better. So I have like literally no side effects. I know some people had them or whatever, but anyways, I need to do this because it's just been a pain to get all these checkups. And now they're going to enforce the vaccine pass, which in Korea, the way it works here is um, they have this Coov app. I don't know if you guys use this in the States too, but I heard my aunt can use this to verify herself in America. Wait, shit. So if I enter my password, this like, so it shows right there, and you see how it says D+1 because right now the requirement is that you have to have your second dose plus like 14 days, so D+14 for you to be able to allowed in. Um, Otherwise, well, you could still go to restaurants and stuff. You just got to go by yourself, which is not that fun. And so this is just like mainly like a hassle preventer. Um, Honestly, it's just like it's not that I think it's gonna help that much at this point because you could clearly see the problem here with Korea is although they could control the cases, the death rates aren't going down anymore. Because it has, I think, less to do with the fact like are people getting more infected. It's as far as Korea is concerned, it has a lot to do with how strained the medical system is. Because the more strained it is, the less quality care people get, etc. I mean, but it's still like at a very good, you know, rate, 70 per population of like over 50 million people. It's quite good. And I could sort of correlate this, and I mean, if you check up on the Thai news, Bangkok news, etc., it is they're expecting their cases to go up as well, although their death rates and everything have gone down. The new cases are expecting to go up to 30,000. I don't know. Like they're really bracing for impact. But I think the good news is that overall, you know, the studies sort of show that although the death rate's gone up in Korea because of the stress in the system, that Omicron seems to be less deadly. So I have a feeling like it's gonna get a little worse there, maybe quarter during this winter, maybe. And then they'll figure stuff out, and hopefully by like summerish, etc., they're gonna finally please just like let us in without all this BS. So if that happens, I might go for like a month or so. Because as far as next year for me, my New Year's resolution, what is my plan? It would be as far as Korea is concerned, um, last year was just sort of my networking, getting to know people, getting to know the industry, and getting jobs. And I would say next year would be now working like the higher end jobs and just making more money, right? So once I get to a point where I mean, I think this is what ultimately I wanted to do, like have a sustainable way of being able to make content and travel. So I don't expect things to return back to normal next year. So it's probably the best time for me to just hunker down, get my connections here worked, and you know, make more connections and be able to produce content, travel content, and just get better at my trade so that I could continue to, travel out here. Because as you guys all know, my passion isn't just staying in one country. Because if that was the case, I would be in Thailand. But it's to travel all of Asia, and eventually, it's going to require more funding. So, um, that's why I thought, again, as I reiterate, I think I beat this to a horse, like I'm beating a dead horse, but people don't seem to get it. Making like, what was I making, like $500 ish a month teaching English in Thailand. It is a sustainable living, I guess for the time being, but it's not something that's going to be sustainable in the long run. Or is it going to be able to sustain my desire to travel constantly all over Asia? So yeah, I'm really positive. I'm really happy how this year turned out for me in Korea, and I'm looking forward to next year. And uh, I like on that note, I really wish like things went according to my most optimistic estimates with Thailand, but Omicron hit, etc. It's like the restrictions are back up. So I was expecting, on a positive case, I said, yeah, I mean, they'll probably lift a lot of the restrictions once, they sort of already made it easy. So some of you guys already got in December when it wasn't too hard. But yeah, it's just gotten tougher, as you guys know, in Thailand, and they're bracing for impact, I guess. So hopefully the impact isn't that big. It's not a big deal. They're just freaking out, and then they're just gonna ease the restrictions, and it'll just keep getting better. So hopefully by at least by next winter, I could spend a good couple months there. Ideally, I think it'd just be the best. Because in Korea, just how it works with the travel and everything, there's not much that happens during January, February, March, because that's when all the governments are sort of budgeting, and there's no projects going on. Plus, it's just cold, so this is the time that you just sort of spend inside with people, which is actually really enjoyable. I'm really looking forward to the next couple months. There's just a lot of things I still have to do. So it's not like I regret too much that I can't be in Thailand, because the way it is right now, I'm just still getting acclimated to Korea. There's a lot of things I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how to do these taxes, and now that I got a lot more friends that I made during the year, I don't know. Ooh, Vower Tech, Vower Tech. What's up, Dusha? Um, but yes, I just don't know what's gonna happen as far as that's gonna happen. And I joined a couple activities. It's not that I don't have anything going on. I have this thing that I'm doing where I'm climbing like 2,000 meters. It's like a challenge that I'm doing. So we'll be going winter hiking. So that's like a challenge that it's like an experience that I want to have. I've always sort of been afraid of hiking in the winter, but if there is a place to do it, it would be Korea. Probably the safest place to do it with all the logistics around it. So that's something that I'm looking forward to doing. Also creating like more content for myself. One of the reasons I got the 50mm lens is I wanted to maybe do some more interview style videos. Guys, let me know if you have any suggestions. But I remember, if you guys have been watching my other live streams, it's probably going to be something about dating. But I wanted to do like a dating from a woman's perspective, because I've just covered dating from a man's perspective to death here on this channel. So I think it'll be enlightening, so you guys can see what's going on. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, other than that, I really hope you guys are doing well. It's like I'm doing fantastic out here. So yeah, I don't know. Like some of you guys, I don't know what's going on in your lives, etc. But I do see that a lot of you guys have gone out to Thailand too. So hope you're enjoying that. It seems like things are getting better there, and I just hope it continues to do so I could finally, um, you know, get out there when things are better. But yeah, other than that, this is it. This is the update. Just wanted to give you guys a shout out and thanking you for another fantastic year. Um, and as far as the future content that'll be coming out, like during winter, I just have way too much content that I haven't been able to release because I've just been busy. But it's all edited and up here. Let me see what's up here. I'll give you guys a special sneak preview for if you've stayed on this long. And oh no, that was one of my paid gigs. I'm not making that public. Ooh, Soulbox. Okay, this is where we had. I don't know if I'm gonna do this because this was supposed to be sponsored, and this company. I don't know. I don't want to like really go into it. Oh, that's whoa, really? I haven't made this public yet. I went and traveled to Jinan, which is like a really beautiful countryside area. So that's gonna be coming on. Lotte World Sky. This is like the tallest tower in Korea. It's like it's probably like twice the height of the one that's in Bangkok that everyone hypes up. What is that one called? King. I think it's King Power Tower or something. I don't know. Like this is way taller. It's like the tallest building in Asia if you just exclude the ones in China because there's like 2, 3 really tall ones there. But it's probably the most affordable way you could go as high, because anything higher than that would be just like the ones in China, like two of them, the Burj Khalifa. So the Lotte World Tower is super tall. So I went on that one, as well as like an aquarium there. So I did a walking video. This one is like Squid Games. I still haven't made these contents public. Oh my gosh, there's just so much stuff. Oh, and I went to Gangneung, which is a seaside area. It rained. Jesus, it rained. I probably went there at the worst possible time, but it was still fun because you hang out with fun people. And then I went to like a ski resort. Oh my gosh, I have these walking videos. Like, look at this. This is I made it and uploaded it in October 11th. I still haven't had time to make it public. So, oh, this Wonju traditional market. I really want to make this public too. This one's to Youngwall. Oh my gosh, it's October 1st now. Hwangang. Oh, there's a walk. I just gotta make these videos public. So it may seem like fall on my channel, even though it's winter. Just like there's plenty of content. Oh, even this one. Oh my gosh, I didn't make this public yet. This was from June. Oh my gosh. So this was from the summer. Jeez. Okay, I just gotta make these things public now and get them to you guys. So Wando Island. I didn't make this public. How do I not make this public? Wait a minute. What? Okay. And even if I don't create new content, I think I need to edit these videos of the trip that I keep telling you, the one that I really enjoyed on my motorcycle down south. So maybe I'll just get those finally edited. That was sort of my plan in the beginning, but I just sort of want to make new content. So that's the issue with me. More content than I have the time to do. So I'm just gonna wrap up here. It's just super busy, so just gonna get back to editing, making videos, making money and saving so that I can continue to travel. And in my case, this is what I just enjoy doing. So I know some of you guys have been saying like, oh, why don't you like just go back to the States and make money, etc. Well, first of all, it's really hard to save money in the States, but with the price of inflation and things going the way they are, I think having a skill set that's going to consistently get you like income is and something that you enjoy doing is more satisfying to me. So as I planned in the beginning, I was worst case scenario thinking I'll come to Korea and teach English for like 3-4 months and travel for the rest of the year, because if you just do the math, it's like what I'm making $500 in Thailand, so 5 times 12 is like $6,000 a year. So here in Korea, even if you like get the most basic minimum wage as an English teacher, it's like $2,000 a month. And you know, now you should be aware like you could live in Korea for really cheap if you really wanted to. You're not going to be able to live like a king, etc. But you know, I've shown you there's plenty of housing available for just as cheap or just as cheap as or cheaper than Bangkok. Um, yeah, you might not get a swimming pool, but it's just brand new as well, and you get heated floors. I don't know what you want, but yeah. So it's like I think I've proven my case on there. If you really want to just buckle down and make money, you could, and you can make in easily in like 3 months what you make in a year in Thailand. So this is something that I didn't come up with. I just know a lot of other people doing that. A lot of other Korean Americans, um, like King, etc., that just come out to Korea, make their money, and travel for the rest of the year, which is something I wanted to do because I wanted to. Well, my goal is to live and travel all of Asia. So I came out here thinking worst case scenario, you know, I could do that, but I was always open, and now I'm being rewarded with even more opportunities creating content. So um, you know, hopefully next year I could really, you know, solidify that and increase my skills as a videographer and also just, you know, make more connections so I could make the big monies like the other guys do, like $10,000 a video, whatever. So I could have a sustainable way I could travel and make content out here. So hope you guys can support me through all of that, and I appreciate the support so far. Oh, happy Korea New Year, Korea forever. Hey, what's up, man? Vum Ong. Oh man, I don't know what this is. You guys are putting weird content. Like yeah, I don't know what this is, but okay. Japan when, Ethan? I mean, honestly, travel right now is just like I'm honestly willing to travel to any Asian country at this point right now if they don't just like give you such a hassle about everything, because time is really valuable for me, you know? Like some people have this idea that I'm like wasting my life in Korea, like or I'm just like wasting my life out here in Asia or whatever, but like as you can see with my schedule, it's just I have literally not a day to waste. Um so I've been having fantastic experiences here, and next year is just gonna be like I'm sure it's gonna be even more fantastic. Just more trips with the connections I have and more interesting places. So not only that, like more money. So I really have to like work on that, guys, because a man's got to do what he's got to do to sort of make ends meet. So I don't want to like really say everything because there's a lot of things in the work, and my sort of philosophy. I don't like to say it before it happens because I don't like to count my eggs. You know, what is it? Count my eggs before they hatch or whatever. um, yeah, I don't like to do that, and I don't want to like act like it's going to happen, because there's always possibilities things may change, you know. So I'm always flexible, and that's how I am flexible with my travel plans right now. Like if really I was not doing anything and I didn't have any progress, or I felt like I'm stagnating, um yeah, and I was like desperate, sure, maybe I would quarantine for a couple days, and it's not couple now. Shoot, I mean, even the shortest one, it's like you go to Phuket and you gotta quarantine for 7 days, and that's 7 days I don't have. Um, so yeah, for right now, I cannot accept any quarantine because I don't have like even Korea. Like if I go out and I come back, I have to quarantine for another 14 days here. So um, that's a significant time of my life because it's almost like a month, guys. Like if you think about it, it's like 1/12 of my year, which like and there's tons of opportunities. So if it was like right now, like I'm gonna be pretty realistic about my expectations. I don't think these travel restrictions are gonna lift in the next 3 months. So if that doesn't happen, like April in Korea, it's like the best season. Like April, May, June, July, August. I don't care if Thailand has no restrictions, Japan has no restriction. It's gonna be really hard for you to convince me to not enjoy Korea because there's just so many travel opportunities here. The weather and the scenery is just fantastic. It's the best. Like I'm just it's just my opinion. I mean, people may not agree, but for me, it's the place to be, you know? When it's spring and you have the cherry blossoms, summer and you have like just that feel, the summery feel. And then it's different here and I like it much better. It's much more dynamic than being in Thailand. And still I'm really into like outdoorsy stuff. So there's a bunch of mountains. I like so the first year here, I didn't have these commitments and I wasn't doing all these programs. So I got to really travel and do camping and all that and go on my motorcycle. This year, because I've made all the connections I need to, I'm not going to be joining all these programs. I may do one if they really sweeten the deal for me, or just to continue to have my connects with like new influencers that are coming in because there's like a churn. Um, Anyways, I may or may not, but mostly I want to do independent like contracting jobs this year. So that will give me a lot more freedom and flexibility to go on these trips and my own trips and make my own content. Um, yeah, just I mean, even if it's even if you guys don't watch it, I'll make it just because I want to travel. There's like a lot of things I want to do in Korea that I wasn't able to do this year because I was just a bit busy with these requirements. So yeah, so that's what's gonna happen. If let's say they say there is zero restrictions in and out of Japan, which I'm not gonna hold my breath for, but let's say that happens like around summer. Um, and the plane tickets and everything, it sort of goes back to. I mean, I don't expect it to go back to pre-COVID levels where it's like $30 to go. But even if it's like $50, yeah, sure, I'll travel. Yeah, I miss Mayu, so I'll definitely be going there, making trips. But I'm not holding my breath, so I don't wanna like promise you guys anything because I don't really see this happening next year by summer. Um, but I'm hoping, I'm sort of expecting this to happen by fall. So when it does, trips to Japan, trips to anywhere, like honestly, if Thailand is like pretty stubborn about this, and let's say Vietnam or Malaysia or some other place opens up sooner, um, I'll be going there. So yeah, next year I really want to travel outside of Korea, but I also got a lot of places I still want to go that I haven't been able to go to in Korea. And now that I have the connections and stuff, I could finally go and show you guys the places I've always sort of wanted to, like Busan, etc. Which, as you guys, like I haven't really been, it's not been in my vlogs because I've just been able to go to places that are sort of like affordable for me to go. So yeah, so that's what it is. So anyways, thanks for all your support, particularly Korea Forever, Planet Gordon. And yeah, and anybody else who's watching this post live stream, just leave comments or whatnot. Um and I'll try to respond to you guys in the next stream. I think I'll be able to have more consistent streams in the winter because, yeah, I want to say November and December were just very abnormal, but knock on wood, I don't know. It's like in the beginning, nobody knew me here in Korea, so that might have been the reason I wasn't busy, but Now I know guys that are have been sort of making travel content out here in Korea, and some of them don't have as much skill as me, or some of them don't even have as many followers as me, but they're really busy because there's just such a demand for content producers. Um, I don't want to like brag and say I'm sure I'll be as busy or busier than them, but there's a good possibility I could be really busy. So for now, happy New Year's, guys. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but just live your life to the fullest every day. Do what you can. And right now, uh, I'm back at my parents' place in Yangpyeong. I've been like, as you guys know, I've been with my cousin in Seoul, so I'm gonna go ahead and spend some time with them. I've literally only been back here for like 3 days, all of last month, so I really want to spend some time with them because I may be even busier next year. So who knows how often I can come back here, you know? And if everything goes according to plan, I might be in some other country. So you never know these things. So I'm just gonna, yeah, guys. Bye bye.